your daddy and what does he do?
Who's your daddy?
Right.
Where are you from?
We're recording. So,
Okay.
Who are you?
Yeah, my name is Jonathan Hagerman. I'm the founder of the Dirt Therapy Project. The Dirt Therapy Project is a 501c3 nonprofit. Our mission is to get veterans on bikes and basically experience the great outdoors. A lot of veterans that I've noticed, kind of one of the big things they miss once they get out of the military is that community or sense of belonging. There's a big hole once you separate from active duty. And one of our hopes is to try to fill that hole and give people a space to belong and a community to hang out with. To me, camaraderie means having a group of people and a place where you feel as though you belong. How we try to do that, or how we facilitate that, is we host monthly group rides, and basically any military veteran or active duty person can come out, they can ride with us, they can hang out with us. And like I said, it really just kind of shows people that there is a community once you leave active duty. You know, I think some people kind of struggle for a little while with a sense of purpose and a sense of belonging and a sense of, what do I do next? Where do I go? Where do I fit in? Where do I belong? Because, you know, truthfully, a lot of us don't fit back into that civilian role perfectly. A lot of us go into roles like that, but being able to rub shoulders with brothers and sisters and people who have served is just it's a comfortable environment, and it's a place where people can kind of let their walls down. So I started this program in 2018, and initially it was never, I never intended to start a nonprofit. It was never something I had aspired to. It just kind of happened. So the year's 2018, I'm in grad school, I've got 2 young kids, I'm working a high stress corporate job, and I just kind of felt that there was this, not a burnout happening, but I had no way of alleviating or no pressure release valve for the stressors that I was experiencing. So just kind of on a whim, I jumped on Craigslist. I bought a mountain bike. You know, it was an old 15-year-old bike, but it was in my budget at the time. Jumped on that thing, and I'd ride it after work before my evening classes at UTSA, and just absolutely fell right back in love with the sport. And it impacted me so much, and it became such an outlet that I would look forward to, every day. Oh man, I get to ride today. I'm super excited about it. I get to go just be alone, be in the woods, get this adrenaline rush, hang out, have fun. And I was like, man, this has really improved my quality of life. I wonder if other veterans would benefit from this. So because the perfect number of bikes to own is N+1, right? Like, I bought another bike, and then I had this extra in my garage, and I started inviting people to go with me. Hey, let's go ride. And it was people I was in school with and other veterans that I worked with, and they just kind of loved it. And there was a guy on my team at the time at work. He was a retired lieutenant colonel from the Marine Corps, and we kind of became biking and running buddies. And just on the trails of San Antonio, we'd go on morning rides before work, and I kind of talked about this idea I had and how much I love biking, and I wanted to make it accessible for other veterans. And that's really where the idea of the Dirt Therapy Project was born. When I started this program, I thought, okay, let's raise 10 grand, let's buy 4 bikes and 4 sets of helmets and protective gear, and that's it, right? That's as big as we ever have to get. And 4 years later, we're now operating in 8 states. We have loaner bikes. We go on 2 or 3 multi-day retreats every year. We'll go to Bentonville, Arkansas, Angel Fire, New Mexico. We're going to Breckenridge, Colorado this year, and it's really just grown into this program that is so much more than what I had ever envisioned or really intended it to be. So. So additionally, rather, more than the sense of community and belonging is, personally I've noticed, and other members have mentioned as well, that when you're on a bike and you're, say you're at Spider Mountain, you're doing downhill, or you're in the woods, or you're new to the sport, it's a high risk activity, right? And a lot of times you're going so fast, or you're about to do a jump or a drop or whatever, you can't think about anything else. You can't dwell on your buddies who didn't come home. You can't dwell on your time you spent overseas. You can't really even think about any of life's stressors. When you're on a bike, it's you, the bike, the trail, and that's really it. And so, for me, it's some of the few hours a week that I get that's an absolute quiet time. I love riding bikes by myself. I obviously love hosting events and love riding with other veterans, but being on a trail by myself is kind of the only time I ever get that quiet, peaceful, nobody needs anything from me, nobody's expecting anything from me. I don't have to think about anything else except where I am in that exact moment. And that's an absolute gift. We've shared a lot about the Dirt Therapy Project. What's the next step, right? I'd like you to find out where we are. Are we close to you? Do we have a chapter to you? Yes, join one of our local group rides. Find that schedule of events on the local group page, like I said, through Facebook. Reach out to our ambassadors or chapter leads. They're all awesome people, and they're gonna take you on the ride of your life. If you're not somewhere where we have a chapter, that's okay. Reach out anyway, and I'm sure I can get you plugged in with other veterans in your area who love to ride. Or maybe we'll start a chapter there. If you want to be that chapter lead, that ambassador, you have the connections and the contacts, and you're able to take on something like this, let's do it. Let's open a chapter where you are. Let's just, enjoy the ride together.